G'day guys, and welcome back to Stitch Up and episode 3 of our Planet Coaster 2 series. This is our historical park, Historia, and yes, trying to do some nice panning, panning around the entrance there, Historia. And of course, in the first episode, we built this sort of entry area, and we got the buses. And then in the second episode, we built our Mayan pyramid, which I've moved out of the way for the moment, so we can focus on a few other things. Now, at the moment, and we'll probably look at where this is going to be placed. So in this episode 3, I really want to plan out at least the entrance part of the park. I want to put a coaster in, and I want to start looking at a couple of theming ideas and starting to plan out areas and get the park ready for what we would think would be ready to open in phase 1. So we'll be looking at adding in coasters, some shops, maybe a couple of flat rides, but definitely a coaster as well. So please jump in, enjoy the Stitch Up intro, and I'll see you over here in just a sec. Okay, so I want to add in a coaster, and I think what I want to do is I want to add in, I want to just move a couple of these trees out the way, and let's just grab a few of those, and let's move them there. The new grabby tool is fantastic, by the way. It's just, look at that, it's just handy. And then you've got this there, so you can basically say, look, if I wanted to grab all of this and it's grabbing things, but I just want to get the nature, you go no filters and just select the nature, and then grab again, and it'll just get the nature. It's getting the rocks there, but look, it's missing the ship. So yeah, the new grabby tool in the latest update is brilliant. Love it, love it, love it. That is really good. So let's go ahead and think about what we want to put down. Now, don't forget, we had this basic little area here, and we remember this is just a Viking building, but again, this is supposed to evoke history as well. So we're actually going to put down, we're going to stay with the Viking theme and just put down some Viking stuff just tucked into this area here. And basically this area is going to be sort of Viking related. So, and I think that's a nice sort of historical just for that one. And then we'll really will steer away from the Planet Coaster themes as such and get into some other actual history stuff. And we've got the Mayan pyramid. We're going to put the walls of Constantinople, Theodosian's Run, I think I'm going to call the coaster that runs along the wall, but I want to put that in there. That's an idea, and we might start looking at that in the next episode or coming up. But don't forget, we have this lovely water here, and I want to continue that around. But for now, let's think about the coaster. Now, I think I want to go, what is it? Coasters? Yeah, and I was having a look here in all the coasters, and, let's just grab that and put this up here. And we've got a few different coasters here. Now, I've got, I was looking at a wooden coaster. I'm not overly fussed, but I do want to use an existing coaster, and then we'll go with that. So, and then we'll build around it. Now, if I had a look here, I like the idea of a water coaster for the Vikings. I think that's good, and I think this one here had some logs. Is that it's got a bit of water there, and if I have a look there. Are they logs? No, they're boats. Okay, so we could strip things out there. That's that one. So what is that one? That is the first one. So that's the Tidebreaker. If I look at the second one, which is the Big M Splash Coaster, this one here, I believe, does have more logs. Are these logs? No, that's the same one there. Sorry. This one here is quite good. These are logs. So we could really build this one out. And I think it's the shape of the boats that I think is really going to help determine whether it's Viking related or not. If I look at the third one across, the Valet and Nowalden Splashdown, again, this is quite a lovely one because I like the height. But if I have a look over here at what the boat is, what is it? It's a coaster, isn't it? It's an actual coaster. Yeah, it's like a seated coaster. And this one is a boat though. I like that. These are individual boats, and that I do like I like the amount of water there, and those boats look like they could be good for Vikings. Yeah, they could be all right. I don't mind that one actually. It's actually got the path in as well, which is kind of interesting. And what about this one? This one here, again, the color's hideous. If we have a look at the, yeah, so I think we are looking at either here you can see the water coaster with the boats, or here with, sorry, this one, yeah, with the logs. Let's just think about this. This is much smaller, and it is quite small, isn't it, this one? Which could work quite well. What we could do is we could put the thing up a bit and then build the hill up around it. And you've got a station there. But I just think, yeah, we could do this and build it up with a bit of a hill. I like the idea of it sitting up as well, and I think we could probably put some things around it. The only thing is I just think it's too small. So let's go with the other one. Yeah, let's go with this guy, which is a lot bigger. Yeah, and that'll tuck in quite nicely. I'm going to actually do something here. I'm actually going to raise it up as well, and we're going to see whether this will be a mistake. But I like the idea of it being up a bit. And if I go put it in, put it like this, and I've got scenery collision off. If I use my Z there, if I put it like that, okay, and I just hit X, right, that'll put it there. And then if I have a look here behind Historia, if I'm down at ground level and I'm coming in, again, you can see the coaster there, which is great. And you're starting to see, and that's kind of going to be an excitement level for people, seeing that coaster. And you're getting a few different levels here because you're getting a statue, Historia sign, then you'll have a coaster, then you'll have the Woody at the background, or the pyramid at the background. So I think that's pretty good. Let's leave it like that for now. I think that is quite nice. And with this plaza, I've done this plaza here, and I want to be able to put shops here, but I want these 5 paths leading off into different directions. So I want to just be a little careful about how I do that. I think that's probably gonna have to be how it is. So what I'll do is, let me see, because I do like that there, but let me move it across. Yeah, let me move it here, right into that section. And then let's put it, let's spin it again. Yeah, no, we like the crossways. Yeah, these crossways are good. And I think what I'm going to try and do is get it really close to where here. Let's go. So I could do some expansion, but I want to just have that come right near there, near that hill. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I think that is good. I don't mind that. Let's bring it across a bit so we can put it, yeah, so we've got a little bit of room there to put the river and the hills, and I think that could be quite nice. Okay, so let's place it there. And what I'd like to do as well is, if you have a look at the right, here's the paths. So what I'll do is, let me get, first of all, let's get, so add a power facility, and then I need to add a queue. So this will be the exit, this will be the entrance. And what we need to do here is put in, well, I think manually I might be able to do this. So if I go here and put this in, I want that to be a queue. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, here it is, queues. Okay, good. All right, now if I have a look there, I want this to be, now I want this to be a line builder. Yep. And I want it to be, ooh, what are we doing here? This is the queues. But I do want this to be wider. So let's have a look. Connection is square. Length snap is a meter. Terrain style automatic. So if I do that, it's going to put the terrain in, yeah? Oh, okay. So there's the queue like that. Well, the queue is basically just there. Actually, the queue is there. So all we really need to do is paths, don't we? Yes, we just need to do paths. Okay, cool. So if I do Control Z, that'll take that one off. Okay, so we just need to do paths, not queues. So if I go, if I do a stamp builder, so where are we? I want to go here and do stamp builder, and I do square, and I do terrain is suspended ground. I want it to snap. Yeah. Hang on, I want it to snap onto that point snapping stamp grid. Working heights. Oop. automatic. I really want this to snap on to there. Okay, let's do the line, and we'll do this. Yep. And if I go, the line width needs to be maximum. Yeah. And we'll do that. Yeah, so that's going to be way too big. So if we do this down to that, yeah, basically I want this to be able to go like that, right? So if that does that, and then can I go stamping, and can I rotate this, and can I make this kind of snap to there? So if I do this, that'll snap. Yeah. Right, that is good. Okay, so what we need to do now is get rid of this one. We want to go delete, and it'll be goodbye. Yeah, good. I think it got rid of a bit. Oh no, that's it. They're kind of, yep. Okay, that's good. Yep. So, all right, let's just jump in. Bit clumsy here, but let's just jump in and get rid of these guys. Yep. And put in paths, and if we do the stamp builder, and I want it square, and I want it to be large, and I now click onto this. We want basically a plaza at this height. Yeah. There you go. It's just waiting for it to snap on. Please snap back on. Right, and now we've got the right height. Good. Okay, cool. And now it'll snap up, which is good, because now we can basically put a plaza just in front of it, and then work out exactly what we're going to do. So, yeah, that is pretty good. I don't mind that, actually. That's pretty good. We're going to have a few little errors there, but we'll fix those up. Right, okay. What I'd like to do now, so you've got a little plaza there, and we're going to put all the basically put all the sort of land up around it, and put this thing up on a hill, because we obviously don't want it sitting up like that. So for now, let me just grab path and say we want a line builder, and we want it to be curve, and basically we want this to be yeah, I think it's going to be kind of like that, and I want that to be down to ground. Can you do that? Snap? Can he snap to there? Yeah, so that would work if he snapped to there. Is that too steep? No, I think that's pretty good. And then we can just get the ground going up all around it, and that basically means that people can work their way up. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's grab the terrain next. And we want senior brush terrain. Yeah, we want intensity up to about 60. We want to pull this. We've got the size right up, and we want to start to bring some of the land up here, and just see if we can get that up to there. Okay, and get this guy sitting up a bit. Now we want to obviously be careful how we pull it up here, because we want it to be right up to that. So let's bring this guy up, and not to, yeah, sort of just in a bit. Yeah. And then obviously we'll get this here, which we'll fix up. And I want this, I don't mind it being a little bit over like that. So we'll just see if we can get this here. And again, I'll fix a lot of this, because I like the idea that it comes up a little bit more. Over here we can do this. Yeah. And let's bring this guy up a little bit, right? And I like that sitting in here. Right, and then what we'll do, obviously because we've got the collision off a bit, we'll need to push that down a bit in a sec. We'll fix that up. But yeah, right the way through here. And I was thinking, if I go size, and if I come up here, just see if we can get a bit more of a mountain pass happening here, get a real bit of a hill. So that way this guy is not sitting up so much in yeah, this way this is sitting up onto like a really steep hill, and we'll be able to spend a bit of time kind of getting all this just nice. But I can play with that. Now I want to color the coaster. Let's change the coaster and then let's put a few buildings in as well. And then I can come back and just really fix up some of this. And that could be really nice. So let's leave the terrain now. I think you see what I'm going to be doing there. But let's think about what color we want this guy. So firstly, the coaster is untested. We want to test the coaster. We want to add a power facility and power distributor. Need to put a power distributor somewhere. Right, even in Sandbox we need to put a power distributor somewhere. So let's put that guy, sorry, power generator first would be good. Yep. Solar panel. Let's put this power generator here. Just put that there. We need to put a generator. Actually, I'll get that all going. Actually, I'll get that going. That could be something I can do outside of. All right, let's leave that and let's have a look at the coaster. Auto hide once opened. Yes, please. But we want to edit the coaster. And I want to edit the colors. Operations, prestige, maintenance, and customize. Right, so the track area is this green at the moment, and the car area is that. So first of all, I think we need to get the track area to be like browns. Yep, let's get this, and black. Yeah, these colors all kind of work. Yeah, let's try that. And we'll have a look here. So that is, yeah, I don't like the difference between those two. So obviously, if I have a look here, this part is the main support. So let's do those as grey, dark grey. Yep. And then this part here, I think I need to be red as well as the other one. Yeah. Yeah, so it's sort of, there you go. So you've only got two different colours there, which is quite nice. I don't mind that. Oh, that works quite well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of good. I like that. I think that's really good. Okay, so now what we want to do is, if we can, so you've got these kind of, got this like this, Nerodia. So it's already got like a Norse kind of feel to it, which is not too bad. It's got the dragon there as well. Let's see now. Let's actually put in, actually, you know what? Let's get some of this terrain done. Let's get some of this terrain looking quite nice. If I go here, and I sort of, okay, so I want to increase the intensity and swatch for the size, increase the size. I want the whole thing to be up on the hill here, so let's just get a few of these guys up and let's get this guy kind of looking like this. Yeah. Yeah. I think that kind of works, because then the whole thing just sits up a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's kind of, you know, sitting up too much, and there's not too many like it's like it's just nestled into this hill. It's not sitting up on stilts too much, which is good. Right, okay, cool. So let's just get this part. I don't mind a few supports there. They're quite good, and we can hide those supports. I like the drop off. We can hide the supports. So if I go push and I turn this down a little bit, sorry, turn the intensity up, but the size down a bit, I don't mind pushing a few of those off. So I like the hang off there. And then we'll do this part, which is nice. Yep. And then we can just come into a pool situation here and just see if we can. Nope, that's good. Okay, let's do the size right down and do a push. And what we want to do is that, yeah, that's good. And now let me see if I can go size right down to 4 meters, pull up here and just see if we can. Yeah, this is good. Yep. And then we can fix all this up. Yep. That's good. Yep. And of course, let's bring the size up here a bit. And we'll do a bit more of a an abutment here, so this guy's sitting out a little bit. Yeah. And I can make that look a bit more natural at some point. Okay, good. And then we go up here for this part. We want this guy to come right up and be sitting up there. Yeah, we need to flatten off a little bit, but that's good. I don't mind a little gap here. You can come up a tiny bit. Okay, and we want to just and come up here. Let's get this guy up. Now, I'd like it to be up here a fair bit. And we'll flatten all this off, this area. And then all up here, we're going to put lots of trees. There's going to be lots of Scandinavian kind of pine trees. We're going to put some rocks, and this is all just going to be sort of built out a little bit. Yeah, this is good. And then I don't mind that like that, because I was thinking about putting some, if I do this enough, I was thinking if I do this right up to here, there you go, you're up a bit. We'll have to fix some of that up. But if I do that and I come up a bit, this may or may not work, people. Yeah. I was thinking, what about if I put a lake in here? Yeah, that could be good. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if we can put water in there, because that'll help quite a bit. So we do the water. Where would you put water? You could put water into there, it says. So that could kind of work. Yeah, now it could kind of work nicely. Because where has it gone to, the water? It's gone right up to there, which is not too bad. But we want this sitting in water, don't we? Okay, good. So we want that to be slightly different. So we need to come up a little bit. Let's come up with the terrain slightly, and then we can bring it all down a little bit. But basically, we want all this terrain to come right the way up to this level. Yeah, so we need this all up here. Yeah, that's nice. And then we can push down a bit with the water. Just see if we can get all this slightly up a little bit more. Yeah, we'll fix all that up. Yeah, and you need to be, in fact, yeah, because we want this to be up a tiny bit more. And I think just over here it needs to be up a tiny bit. And I want to push that back down again. Let's do you right up. Yeah. And now we'll go with the push part and just see if we can create a bit more of a, yeah, because that should bring the water right the way up now. Yeah, okay, let's try that. So I can bring the water to there, but I really want the water to come up even a bit more. Yeah, we'll come up a tiny bit and just bring that water up. So I basically want these guys to be sitting in the water. So the water level needs to come up to there. Okay, so we'll fix that up at some point. But if that is like that, let's do a bit more terrain adding on here. So if I come up, let's just get this guy coming up as well. Right. And you've got your nice little plaza there. So at least this guy can come up here and yeah. Right, now I want to flatten to foundation, flatten the surface, flatten the foundation. So if I do that to there, that'll be the same height as that. If I do that, so if I do that, so I'll get a plateau here, which will be good. And basically that's what I'm trying to do, is get a bit of a plateau. Yeah, oops, sorry, no, flatten to there, which is good, right? That helps me just to even out just that area. Yeah. And just helps me to kind of get this all nice. Yep. Yep, and they can come up like this. And now we can start to put in some some of the buildings as well that'll help us to decorate all this. So if we come into here, we want to go into, what is it, facilities, staff, scenery, and can I have a look at what's that, buildings, decorations, archers. Do we have, where are we going to find all the facilities? If I go here and I go if I go Viking, and facilities, we're in all. That's that. Truck ride flumes, facilities, all facilities. Yeah, they're all like that. If I go here and I go Viking, and this is just the buildings. What about if I do, what's this one? Wish they'd, I really wish things would, if I go Viking here, why am I not seeing full shops? Truck rides. I go Vikings. Nope. Blueprints. Thank you very much. Oh, I was looking for that blueprints. Right. Okay, good. And then we go, where's the filter? Why is the filter different? No, let's do Vikings. Good. Okay. And we've got the workshop there as well. So there's a staff facility. I like the idea of something like this. And we can have that kind of like a, although, have we got that over there? What have we got here? So I think over here we've just got this sort of house looking thing. So over here, what we'll do is we'll put this here. And I think we'll face it outwards. And it's a nice, just a nice little one. Just to put like that. If I go X, we can kind of see where it's going to be. And what do you got there? You've got, oh yeah, it's got some building around the side, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay, good. No, we don't want that then. I think I want to delete that. Yep. Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll want to delete. Yep. Thank you. And we probably want to flatten out that again. Yeah, just like that. Okay, and get out of that one. Go, is it scenery? Blueprints. Viking. Well, this is, yeah, we just want, yeah. So we just want some scenery here and not anything else. So Viking nature scene would be quite good. That's it. We don't want facilities. We just want these. What else we got here? Is this, I like that. Yeah, we can do this kind of very villagey. I like the idea that we kind of, ooh, I think that's nice. I think it blocks a bit of the coaster and I think it works out just quite nicely. So what we could do is we could have this sitting sort of here. And don't forget, we are looking at having everything sort of, as you come up the path, we want everything to kind of be there. So that could be just there. All right, and then that way we can reuse the trees as well, which is nice. And you do have some of the trees there. Yep, that's good. We can reuse some of those trees. And yeah, and then this guy here. This is good. Yeah, this is very good actually. Yeah, that's a bit big though. What's this? Oh, I like this. This is kind of like a yeah, I like that. That's really good. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that round here. Okay, so first of all, let's put a Viking archway. There's just heaps here. I really like all this. Okay, let's do this guy just here, a little tree. Yep, you got the back here. Yep. So tell you what, let's build right next to this. No, we don't want that. That's too out there. That's too out there as well. Okay, so we've got this one here, don't we? Yes, with that bit. What's this? We're going to come back to that. I do like the ones with all the different bits that are spinning around. I think they're quite nice. Yeah. Okay, I think this is quite good because it suits the other one. All right, let's turn this guy around and basically say, right onto this. We want this to be here. So let's put him right there. That was the first one, wasn't it? Yes, it was. And we can put something in there as well, because at least then it looks like that. It looks kind of like it's meant to be kind of protected from there. We can put some rocks in here to break that up. That looks quite nice. And then right next to it, let's do some more. Let's get another one going. Oh, that's what we put in. That's the house that we use downstairs. So let's go with a different one. Yeah, I like this one. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we're going to put X here and let's... Yeah, I think that's kind of nice. And I'm going to move him across slightly so he's close to the other one. And we can fix that up a little bit with the path there, but that's good. It looks good from both sides, which is nice. And I think I want to just also grab scenery, and if I can also just grab one more. So we've already got him, don't we? Yeah. What's this one? Is this this one's quite nice. This is good. Actually, this could be really good. Where's the front of it? Yeah. Could be really good to put there. Just block that and make it a little entrance way. I think that could be nice. Let's do that. So let's make him really straight on and bring him right back. Yep. And let's also just give him a little bit more of a tilt, not tint. He doesn't want to be any bigger, but what we want to do is put him like this, say right up against that, which is nice because then it looks like people can come right up against it and explore. And then I will nestle everything else around it. Yeah, but I think then again we're getting a nice little Viking village. So let's do that. And that kind of just hides the entry to the coaster as well. So I think that could be kind of good. And we can call this like this. We can give this like a Viking kind of name. If you have any ideas of what we can call this, leave that in the comments. I think that could be kind of good. Yeah, I like this. I just want to tilt this guy. Just turn him. Yeah, I just want to put him like that. And also just bring him across slightly and then drop him. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's good. I like that because you're sort of coming up and you're seeing the fan and you're getting some different heights, and then the relationship between these smaller buildings, slightly bigger there with the fan turning, and then the coaster and the height of this being about the same is really good. And then I think what we need to do as well is I like the idea of this sort of Norse sort of hill sitting a bit like that. But yeah, and it really suits with the ship too, and I think the ship there really suits against this. So that'd be quite good. I'm obviously going to get the water level up quite a bit if I can, although I don't believe I can get the water level too high because we've got the path. I know I should be able to get the water level up a little bit more, so that would be pretty good. To do that, I probably just need to bring a few of these boundaries up over here. Yeah, I need to build these guys up quite a bit and then drop it down for where the coaster is. So that'll work out quite good. I'll go ahead and do that. Now we need something in this area. I think what I'll do though is I'll just grab, sorry, not that, not staff. I'll grab the terrain and we are flattened here. So I'm just going to bring this across a little bit and just make it slightly bigger. And we do need something in this kind of area as well, which would be really good. So let me put in, and if I go to scenery, and I should have my, this one, and if I go to, blueprints, and if I go Vikings, yeah, and I do want one of these bigger scenes here. What's this? No. So I've got that one already. That's the one I've got. So this one is quite big. Oh, here we go. This is a good shape for this. And it does look like a restaurant as well, which is interesting. So I think I could put an eatery in there, and that could be really quite nice as well. So here we go. Now, we don't have restaurants, but what we do have is picnics. And I think restaurants is coming in the next update. But this could look quite well because it looks good from the other side. So let's do this like this. But I think I'd need to make a big plaza first in order for that to work. So what we'll do is, let me see if I could do this. If I go paths, and I go paths, and I want to do it as a draw tool, and I want to go like this, yeah, and I want it to go, if I go like this, yeah, and then I go like that, and I do say that, and then I come back into that, and then we pop that into like there. Will that work? I thought that was going to work then. Oh, you need to complete it. Right, okay, good. Okay, in that case, you can go like this. There, right on the edge there. There. This is where they're coming in. Here. There. Spot is obstructed. What's it obstructed by? I think it's obstructed by the other part. So we've got to go from here. Yeah, this is it. Shall we see if that's obstructed by that? It seems to be wanting to build it, so we'll see. It seems like it. If I go right onto the edge here, if I go there, and I go there, and then I come right across, it's not going to want to do it. So if I go straight, can't cross. Spot is obstructed. Why? Oh, I think it is that now. Okay, good. Okay, so in that case, what about if I do terrain and I go here, just close off that. Okay, let's focus on this. And yep, we get the let's get the paths again, and we want to do the line building. So if we go like this, I want straight, I want curve. So if I go here, if I go there, I mean, it's looking pretty good so far. Look at this here. Stay away from all the edges. Yeah. There. There. Here. And then if I go to there and now do straight. Spot is obstructed. Why? If I go stamp builder and just do squares here, why don't we just do, okay, you know what, stamp builder, we'll do octagons, and this will just be ridiculous. Let's just do this then. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just see if we can kind of make a bit of a plaza like this. Let's fix up the edges. I don't mind this actually. This is quite good. It's all a bit kind of, you know, yeah. That's not too bad. It's a little bit of a plaza. And then if I do, well, I can always fix that up. If I go paths, and actually if I get my stamp builder as well, and I do this, could just do that as well, which could be nice. That puts that little point out. And over here, make that a bigger one and do, say, there. Yeah, and then here. Ooh, yeah. Got the stamp going on there. Make it like that. Okay, good. That could kind of fix that. Fix up the edges, and at least then we should be able to now go to scenery and do Viking. And we were looking at, what were we looking at, guys? We were looking at, it was something. Oh, there's a restaurant. There was a lovely big restaurant. This is it. Yeah, this is it. And it might fit now, actually. Actually, it might not be too good because that's all, it means that they'll be walking around. So we might have to just fix all this up. But for now, I'll tell you what, I'll put that kind of there. And we'll see what they do. Because, yeah, I think they're just going to walk all through that. So that's going to have to basically, I'll have to basically pull that in and just go around the edge of it. And then, yeah, we could pull it all just around to the edge. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. Okay, leave that with me. I'll troubleshoot that, but I like the idea of that there. I think that works quite nicely, but the path is definitely going to be a problem. Yeah, so, all right, that's going to be a bit complex. But yeah, I think the idea of it is all pretty good. Now, something that must be doing your head in, I think at the moment, is going to be this. So let's just keep this guy going to about there. Yep. In fact, let's bring the size in and just say, yeah, just come out a little bit. And then if he is doing that, just come out to here because you want it out from there. And then these bits here will just be like this. And we can then just, yeah, and then we can make them so they come off, which is quite nice. And again, it's all this height. So I'm taking that's the height just from the path there. And then we can fix that up so there's a nice sort of cliff face at the back as we like, and a bit of a drop off, and they set up on a bit of a hill as well, so that's all quite good. I'll put a Viking entrance over the top of all this as well, which would be quite good. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get rid of that one and then put on scenery. Can you remember the Viking, please? And I want this to be, let's put this guy here. Yeah, that's kind of nice. That is kind of good, actually. I like that. Let's put it right here. So let's go here. I'm just going to make these guys, first of all, cross these two. So if I do those, so both of them about the same. Yeah, that's kind of nice. So we'll put that there. Put that right in the middle. And then go X, X, X. And now see if we can get them bigger. That kind of works. And now see if we can do it. So that'll be there. And then, whoop. And across. Yeah, that's good. How's that? Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's a bit more plain. And that could work out really well. And then I will build something around here as well. So I'll need to build all this up and around. So we'll probably put something into a bit of a like a little bit of a Viking hut as well. So that'll be just something that I'll constantly be building on and fixing. But I think that's kind of good. I need to solve the problems of the problems there. But what I wouldn't mind doing is just saying, is there anything that is kind of like another statue that might come out on the hill? Yeah, let me see if I could. No, I don't think I want a statue on the hill. But we can put some more stuff around here. There's the boat going into that. Brilliant. Okay, so that means that out of the 5 here, what we've got is this is like this. So this comes down to here, and that basically just goes off to there, yeah? Which means this one, I wonder, actually, yeah, I think we might do something slightly different here. So if we go paths, and I want this to be line builder, and it's going to be curved. Yep, I want to basically, okay, let's go paths, and let's go delete. God, there's so many options. Yep, yeah, it's not bad. And one more, yeah, brilliant, good. Okay, and then, because what I want to do is here, yep, because I want this to go like this. Yep. And you can be sort of snapping like that. And then we come into there right in the middle. Brilliant. That's better. Now, is that going to... it always seems to snap behind those and then slow down. Okay, that's not bad. So then you wind your way around and then you curve your way up, and that's nice. We'll fix up all this. And that means that we can get some of the other paths going. So what I wanted to do here is this path here. Let's do this. This path is actually going to take you across to the other land. So let me just get the same thing. Let's get the paths. And we basically want exactly the same path. But I'm going to want this guy to be much bigger. And it's because this is going to, that's a path that takes you to a ride. This is a path that is in fact going to be, let's do the whole thing. Yeah, so this is one that's going to take you around to a new land here. So let's do this, and then straight across, I think, is going to be good. Okay, and then we can just work out where it's going to go. So that'll go off to there, and then here, let's get the. I want the pyramid to get its nice area. So I think we can put the pyramid in where it's meant to go. So let me get a path here. Basically, I'll save that last path, so I won't connect this one up, and that way we've got everything kind of where it's going. So this will go off to the Roman area, and yeah, that'll be off to the Roman baths, which is obviously not happening at the moment, and that means that we can get this guy, if I move him, I was actually thinking, what about if we put him like this? And if we do that, and have a look at him from the start here, yeah, so you still get, as you come in, you're getting to see he's not straight on. So you're getting to see that you're seeing him from a bit of an angle, and the idea is you've got to get more into the park before you can actually see where he is, and before you can see it at, like, you know, a perfect angle. So I think that kind of works just like that. So I think we'll do... Yeah, there he is. He's in. So I think that's kind of good. And you got this part here, which obviously goes into that. Sorry, this one will go into the Roma baths. This will go off and around, and then this goes off to another part of the park. But yeah, I think that kind of works. So I think it's over to me now to go ahead and keep decorating and putting the Viking theme in, getting the water level good. I like that it's a bit of a raised lake, and we'll start to do a few things, putting a few trees around, and we'll take inspiration from this tree just here, edit scenery group, and we'll put those trees in. We'll find out what those trees are, and that'll be lovely. I'll get this restaurant area somewhat functional if I can, get the power sorted, and hopefully that'll all be lovely. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. This has been episode 3 of our Historia, Planet Coaster Historia series. Coming up will be the Roman baths all around this side is a future project, but more imminent will be the Theodosian walls, the walls of old Constantinople, which were some amazing battlements that still survive until today in modern day Istanbul. And I'll be doing what I planned is a launch coaster that runs through the moat and around the walls, up and back. And I was thinking of doing that kind of over sort of here. I think this could be a nice sort of area. What I would like to do is just develop this whole, if I have a look here, is just develop all this sort of area. I'll get a few more rides in. I think we could put a flat ride in just here. Could be quite nice. Even a Viking pirate ship or something could go in there. Here's room for another flat ride just here, which could be good. And then of course we can put some shops and things in just here. So I'll get those in. We've got our main plaza area where people can regroup. And also I think it sets the idea of this sort of kind of jungle at the bottom of the Mayan pyramid. Don't forget the Mayan pyramid's going to need some flames, some kind of tiki flames and various things, and a bit more of a setting as well. So I'll get that all decorated up. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of Planet Coaster 2. This is our Historia series. Cheers.